So to buy a gun and kill your daughters and yourself. Okay, and you've been planning this for months. And you say because you have no purpose.
Mothers protect their children no matter what, right? Wrong. Sometimes they use their children as some kind of twisted way of revenge, and that revenge makes those parents so cruel that they forget the person that they're murdering is their own child they mothered in their womb for 9 months. If you don't believe me, take a look at the story of Veronica Youngblood. After being found guilty in court, convicted on March 26, 2023, a Virginia mother was sentenced to life in prison for brutally murdering her 2 children in order to spite her ex-husband. Veronica Youngblood, 37, who drugged her kids before killing them in their beds, was convicted of double murder last year after a 2-week trial and was sentenced to 78 years in jail on Monday. Brooklyn Youngblood, 5, died immediately after being shot in the head, while 15-year-old Sharon Castro, who was hit in the chest and back, lived long enough to phone 911. The murders took place on August 5, 2018.
And then? I mean, you told you to kill him and kill yourself. What were you going to do that for?
She implies that she had some voice telling her to kill her kids, and that's what she did. She listened to it, and she killed them. "I don't want to die," the teenager said as she battled to breathe in a recording disclosed during the trial. Castro told first responders that her mother shot her and died days later in the hospital after the attack on the family's house in McLean, Virginia on August 5, 2018.
She was raised in absolute poverty with parents who treated her horribly, with both physical and sexual abuse being common in her household. Her parents even introduced her to an unspecified South American religion, one in which the followers believe that they can communicate with the dead.
Veronica Youngblood grew up poor in Argentina. As a child, she was physically and sexually abused, and as a teenager, she became a sex worker to care for her eldest daughter, whom she had had at the age of 16. In 2009, she married her now ex-husband, Ronald, in Las Vegas. Because of his profession in the United States Navy, both of them traveled often, but eventually settled in Virginia and divorced in 2016. She followed the South American religion, Umbanda, which believes that its followers may connect with the dead. According to her ex-husband, Ronald, the murders were carried out to gain power over him. Veronica and her husband, Ronald Youngblood, were planning to relocate to Missouri, but Veronica changed her mind and chose to remain in Virginia. The husband relocated with his biological daughter, Brooklyn, after a judge ruled that she may accompany him. Youngblood had a custody battle with her ex-husband, which he won.
Tonight, if we could say time-wise, what did you exactly do?
She's kids.
Okay.
Veronica, who had given her children sleeping pills before shooting them, called her ex-husband Ronald to tell him she despised him, had killed the girls, and intended to commit suicide as well. Veronica pleaded not guilty due to insanity, but the jury did not believe Fairfax County Public Attorney Don Batorek's claims that mental illness was a factor in the murders. They were also unconvinced by her lawyer's claims that the former sex worker had been physically and sexually abused by her own family as a child, which they claimed had contributed to her mental health issues.
Have you had any mental issues or anything else like that? Have you talked to a doctor at all? Do you understand the difference between wrong and right? Do you think shooting your children is wrong?
Veronica admits in her confession that she had no history of a mental illness whatsoever. This case goes far beyond simply having a mental illness. Fairfax County Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney, Kelsey Gill, told Fairfax County Court, adding that the crime was motivated by a sick desire for vengeance and that the mother of two purposely purchased the handgun 9 days before the shooting with the intention of murdering her own children. This person wants to manipulate, This person wants to lie and sow chaos, all for this person's personal gain. Miss Youngblood is spiteful, selfish, vengeful, and calculated, Prosecutor Claiborne Richardson said. Commonwealth's attorney Steve DeSano responded with a statement that read, "Sharon and Brooklyn are two children who should be alive today. My 11-year-old daughter has her entire life ahead of her, and it breaks my heart to think about her life being cut short. This case is a sad tragedy, and I hope today's verdict gives some comfort to the family."
So you got that gun on Friday at the gun expo. Did you buy ammo with it too? Okay. 2 boxes?
Veronica clearly states that she'd bought the gun 9 days before the murder, along with 2 boxes of ammo. The jury convicted Youngblood of 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of murder with a firearm. The jury determined the punishment, which the judge has discretion over, and sentenced Youngblood to 36 years for each murder of her kid and 3 years for each firearm violation, for a total of 78 years. On September 22nd, a sentencing hearing will be conducted to hear additional victim testimony and determine the final sentence.
What do you think should happen to you?
My hand hurts so good.
Okay,
Yes.
it does. So,
No. I scared too.
so your punishment should be what? Death penalty?
During her police interview, Youngblood admitted to killing her children and claimed she deserved the death penalty, which Virginia abolished in 2021. "In my life, I've stumbled through great obstacles, but I've gotten up many times," Veronica Youngblood stated in Spanish during the Friday hearing. "I got up because I had responsibilities, like Sharon. I also had another responsibility, Brooklyn. But this time when I stumbled, I couldn't get up. And now all I have is memories."
Ron has since said, "Those girls were leverage to her, leverage to get what she wanted from me. She obviously knew those girls were the most important things in my life. She saw that she had no more tools to use against me, so she decided to get rid of them."
Fairfax County Chief Public Defender Don Budarak called the shootings a textbook case of filicide, a technical term used to describe incidents in which a parent intentionally murders their child. Feeling that the only way to protect your children is to do something that makes no sense, sending them to heaven, he remarked, "Veronica's love for her children was undeniable."
I just think the Honorable feel about this. Bad. Now, to me, it's strange because that kind of got more emotion out of you than it did you telling me the fact that you shot your 5-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter.
But what kind of a mother's love is this? How does this kind of love make any sense that cuts short her own daughter's lives and tragically kills them in cold blood? Did she feel nothing when her daughter begged her that she didn't want to die? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and click on the subscribe button before you go for more content such as this.